Okay, the format that I'm anticipating, and it can turn into chaos, but that's okay. I'd like to have somebody start off with a history of your folks. Whoever wants to be, or who you think should be the family spokesman to give that part of the history, we'll pick on one. And everybody else will have a chance later to add to it. But basic story of your folks. And then we'll go down to each individual and have them give a short synopsis of their own history and their family and their kids. And then we'll go to the next one. And then when we get through with the more formal part of it, then we hope we get some good stories with a give and take, just sort of a free-for-all. But we'll be sort of formalized at the beginning. So who's going to talk about the parents?
Start out with the family coming from North Dakota to, North Carolina to Kentucky to Missouri.
Well, now, you know more about that. I was just thinking, you don't film yet.
No, we're not.
I was just thinking when, they graduated from Elgin High School. But go ahead, Joe, because
Start with Joe.
You seem to remember that better than I do. I remember their first year teaching and when they, following one summer of summer school after they graduated, they got their teachers.
Yeah, that's fine. We want to get it all on tape, so no point of repeating it.
So, Joe, why don't you start out then?
So give what you know about them. We don't particularly want exact birth dates. We want years, if you can remember that they were born, but exact birth dates we don't want on tape, because in this day and age of identity theft, we don't want actual birth dates. We want to know about when they were born, about when they met.
It's easy with Daddy. It was 1900. I can always figure he graduated from
We just don't need the months and the days.
Finally in 1960, and he and Mama was 1904.
Yeah, okay, well, that'll come in. And on your own stories, give a little bit about yourself and your education and what you did and your own kids, just sort of textbooky on that part of it, and then we'll swing into childhood stories and this place and how it was living, and we want this story. This is being done by the Historical Society. It's going to be available for view to people who want to look at it. We don't want the fine points of genealogy that they can look up if they want to write a genealogy, but we want the basic story. And so I'll start with a little intro. Is there any preference on what order we take people once we start?
Well,
just 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I and Joe, and then Benny, Johnny and David are out of contact. David's the youngest in the middle.
It doesn't matter to me what order they go in. If you want the oldest to youngest,
he's in the wrong spot.
So when you identify yourself, say your parents were Charles and Benita, and you're number 3 or whatever, and you were born in whatever year, and then go from there. I don't want to tell you what to say.
Well, and we'd like to make this fun too.
Yeah, we want it to be fun.
We'd like to have a good time with this, not make it a big straight lace.
Look at it from the perspective that this is for your grandkids and your great-grandkids and your great-great-grandkids, because they don't know all these stories. And they don't know what hard times were. They just haven't been exposed to the kind of times you had. So we will give you a copy, and you can make as many copies as you want for your family. You just can't use it as a money maker, because that part of it belongs to the society. Okay?
It'd be amazing if it could make some money.
Well,
I was just saying when I come talking about
clicking right away on that one.
when it comes talking about family, my wife would do a lot better job than I would.
Get to your assignment.
Okay, I'm just gonna start her voice over here.
Those boys are in their 70s, we're in our 80s.
Okay. Ready to roll?
Yep.
Okay,